Welcome to the Francisco Marquez Olympic Pool here in Mexico City. We are in day 2 of the 2017 World Para Swimming Championship. My name's Paul Noble. I am joined in the commentary box this evening by the birthday girl, Liz Johnson. Happy birthday, Liz.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
You had an enjoyable birthday so far?
You bought me a crate, so yeah, I'm all good.
That's good. Easily pleased.
I am.
Well, the officials just making their way out onto pool deck. Here the green, luminous green Mexican officials coming on there. We've had a busy day so far. We had a number of finals in this morning's session and a few more finals tonight to look forward to in the next 2.5 hours or so.
Yeah, this morning we only had a couple of sets of heats, but they've both lined up us up for some really exciting finals tonight. There'll be some really close races if it follows the form guide.
Yeah, we had a good first day with 23 titles presented. We've got a similar number tonight as well. The medals were really shared about yesterday on day 1.
Yeah, 25 different countries got on the medal table, which was exciting. I wish now that I hadn't decided to keep my own tally because I started to run out of paper, but that will teach me. But it's great to see that there's so many youngsters here that are getting the opportunity to race at a major championship, actually getting the opportunity to make a podium. And that only can be a good thing in the first year of the Paralympic cycle.
A great experience for some of the youngsters, and some of the experienced campaigners as well have shown. Brazil topped the medal table yesterday with 4 golds, but it's a big night for the USA tonight. There's the events we've got to look forward to, finals all the way, and medal presentations, of course, interspersed between all of those finals. Start off with 100 freestyle for the visually impaired classifications, the S12s and 13s, the breaststroke events, the SB events there for the classes 5 and 6. Moving right through to the men's 400 freestyle for the S13 class, where we see the great champion from Belarus, Ihar Boki, already 1 gold to his name at these championships, and you would not bet against him winning tons more as the week progresses.
No, we always make sure that Belarus are quite high on that medal table.
Well, the crowd are in tonight. We had a great crowd this morning. The Mexicans were very well represented in the races this morning. The great Juan Reyes, a Mexican hero from his last event. He had been a fixture in the Paralympic team for Mexico for around about 20 years. And it was quite an emotional finish for the great man, Juan Reyes, this morning. Anyway, Mexicans to look forward to. What we have to look forward to immediately is the women's 100 freestyle S12. First swimmer, Fatma Nurbaki from Turkey. Annabelle Moro from Argentina in lane number 2. USA swimmer Aspen Shelton made her major competition debut yesterday with a gold medal in the 100 backstroke. And favourite for this one will probably be Naomi Maiki Schnittger from Germany, silver medalist in the Paralympic Games last year in the 50 freestyle, ahead of Maria Delgado Nadal, who's bronze medalist in the 50. So sprinters in the centre lanes. The experienced Venezuelan Mota in lane 6. Second Argentinian is Pelotero in lane 7. And Elena Kravtsov not taking the start in lane number 8. Final of the women's 100 freestyle S12 underway.
All pretty evenly away off the block there, and they're going strongly, as you said. Spearhead is starting to take formation, and the favourite Schnittger in lane 4 leading from the front. But we saw Shelton, a young American. She swam a brilliantly paced 100 backstroke yesterday, and we can expect similar pacing from her in this 100 meters freestyle.
Yeah, Shelton is just 16 years of age. Schnittger is out fast, 29.06 there. Delgado Nadal in 3rd position for the Spanish team, but Naomi Schnittger from Germany is away and clear here as they come back to the 25 to go. Into the final 15 now for Schnittger, and well, no one's going to catch her. It's a real battle for silver and bronze, but it is Schnittger coming in now. Let's watch the clock now. Is she going to just dip under the 1 minute? Just over, but 1:01.50, and it's gold for Schnittger for Germany. She takes it. Shelton in silver medal position, and Delgado Nadal from Spain in the bronze. medal position. Schnittger, well, it's gold medal for Germany. And she was the favourite for that one, but she delivered 101.50, gold for Germany.
It's always difficult when you come in with that favourite tag so heavily around your neck, but as we see, all evenly away at the start, and then Schnittger got up, took control, and delivered.
Clear water between Schnittger and the two battling for silver and bronze, Shelton and Delgado Nadal. Naomi Mikey Schnittger from Germany takes the women's 100 freestyle title in 101.50. Shelton the silver, Delgado Nadal the bronze. The Americans support and Aston, winner of the winning relay team this morning. They'll collect the medals later on this evening. The Mexicans eagerly anticipating their first swimmer.
They've got a potentially busy night this evening. It's always nice for a crowd to get in and have a lot of athletes to cheer for.
First ones up for Mexico, I think, are the Gutierrez brothers, which will be an interesting battle between the two youngsters. As I said, we have got medal presentations interspersed between the finals, the swimming action tonight. There were 8 finals competed for in the heat session this morning, morning session I should say, because it was mostly finals. And this was one of them. 3 medalists there on the podium. For the men's 400 freestyle S7. Bronze medalist Carlos Serrano Zarate from Colombia, taking his 2nd medal. Gold in the 100 freestyle, bronze this time in the 400. A good swim from this man from Argentina. He was very pleased with that one. Kundo Arregui, silver medalist in the 400 freestyle. Was in contention for a large part of that race, but the man who has really got the pedigree in this event, he was a medalist in Rio last year in the Paralympic Games. He has been a medalist before the World Championships. It's gold this time. And a first major title in this event for Anders Skar Bjornstad from Norway. He's had a very successful meet so far. He will add to the medal tally for the Norwegian team, who are doing really well so far in these championships. Again, for the 3rd time, we will hear the national anthem of Norway. Gold for Norway. Is Johnson keeping an eye on the medal table yesterday? Pressure's on for today. Busy day.
Yeah, you checked it, but it was great to see the Argentinians really riding the wave and these newcomers getting the chance to get on that podium. And all 3 men there looking very pleased with themselves, and rightly so.
And 2 South Americans and 1 European on that medal podium there. South Americans, big presence as you might expect. More or less a local world championships for them. we said, Brazil topping the medal table yesterday. Going to have their work cut out to hold off the USA though. Got a very busy day and lots of medal chances for the USA. We had some victories for the USA as well in this morning's heat. We'll come to those medal presentations shortly. Another couple of medal presentations from this morning's events. The next one is the men's 400 freestyle S8.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of the
I was impressed by the winner here, Chinese swimmer Zhu Haizhou. Great technique he employed, just using that one arm that he has. He has no arm at all on the left-hand side, and he was supremely balanced.
Yeah, many would think he was at a disadvantage, but actually, he just owned the race from start to finish.
Another one of the young Argentinians on the medal podium, Naki Basilov. I think he looks extremely satisfied with accepting that medal. Argentinians did well in the relay yesterday, a surprise medal for them in the relay, so they're doing well in the first couple of days, as is this man, Robert Griswold. Gold yesterday in the backstroke, silver today in the 400 freestyle. Challenged Zhu in the early stages, but the Chinese swimmer was just far too strong in the closing stages for the American. Zhu Haizhou takes the gold medal in the men's 400 freestyle for the S8 class. Silver medal in Rio last year. It's gold this time at these World Championships, Mexico City.
Ciudad de México para natación. Un fuerte aplauso.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of women's 100 meters breaststroke SB5. Damas y caballeros, la ceremonia de premiación de los 100 metros pecho es el recibo.
Medalist coming out for the women's 100 breaststroke SB5. See another Chinese gold medalist. Bronze medalist from Iceland is Elma Bjornsdottir, and she would be extremely happy to accept that bronze medal. A medalist in the European Championships before, but never before on the world stage, so great for her to be there in the bronze medal position. Just missed out yesterday, but she's made it today. And this lady, Trinh from Vietnam. It's Vietnam's first ever World Championship medalist in IPC swimming. Comes back in Glasgow in 2015. She's doubled up another medal in this 100 breaststroke. But Song Ling Ling from China was very much the class of this field. She led from start to finish, and she has looked very impressive in her 2 events so far.
Yes, she has. She had a brilliant 2016, and it's great to see that she's kept that momentum going and is building and is finishing off 2017 just as well.
And again tonight, you will hear the national anthem of China. A gold medal for Song Ling Ling of China. Another gold medal for the Chinese team. Much in contention in terms of the overall medal table.
Well, for the moment, on my paper medal, in terms of as they happen, they're in the lead.
As the medal ceremonies happen.
Yeah. Not the races,
That's
the
the
medal
Johnson
ceremonies.
method.
It worked last night.
It did, yeah. Well done. And it is your birthday.
That
You can
doesn't mean I-
indulge you.
That doesn't mean I can make mistakes.
We can
I'm
indulge
sure I
you.
will, but it doesn't mean I should be allowed to.
Medalists leaving the podium. We get back to the racing now. And it's the women's 100 freestyle S13 class. Few experienced campaigners in this one, and a couple of newcomers as well. Interested to see how this one pans out. S13, of course, swimmers with a visual impairment.
Yes, and there's 3 visually impaired classifications. Obviously, S11 is the totally blind athletes who swim with the blacked out goggles. The S12 probably got the biggest range because you might only be able to tell light from dark, or you might have a bit more vision. And this S13, still not much vision compared to you or I, Paul, though I don't know, we're both wearing glasses right now. But no, on a serious note, the S13s, they struggle. They would struggle to see the flags. They struggle to spot the walls. They might be able to just make out that black line on the bottom of the pool, but not the depth perception. So it's a very difficult event, a difficult classification to swim in, but they would tend to be the fastest athletes in the visually impaired classifications, you would expect.
That's why sometimes we'll see problems with the turns and maybe not spotting the finishes absolutely correctly, but they're all world-class performers. Of course, they practice these skills like to the nth degree. They practice them hundreds and hundreds of times.
Yeah, and another issue that they have is they can't copy people showing them techniques. So it's very difficult if they have different ways of learning.
There are the 8 finalists just getting ready for this 100 freestyle S13. Lena Ektrakovachova from Slovakia. In lane 1, Mariana Lopez, 17-year-old from Spain. In lane number 2, Joanna Mendak, the experienced campaigner from Poland, 3 times a gold medalist at the Paralympic Games in butterfly. The newcomer, Carlotta Gili, gold yesterday in the 100 backstroke, 16-year-old from Italy. And next to her, in lane number 5, was Rebecca Meyers from the USA, Adriana Edo Beltran in 6 from Spain, Colleen Young in 7 from the USA, and Lali Ferreira from South Africa in 8. This is the final of the women's 100 freestyle S13.
Yeah, there we see Rebecca Meyers in lane 5 getting away, but she was looking to the side because she's also got a hearing impairment. She's been deaf since birth, so she was looking over at the starting line. And actually, quite often you'll get one right under your diving block, but today it was over at the side, so she was slightly slower away. But here we see newcomer Gilly from Italian really riding the wave and leading from the front in this spearhead formation as she turns in at 28.87 at the halfway point.
Well, Carlotta Gili trying to double up here, trying to get another gold medal to her name, and she looks absolutely superb here as she comes down with around about 25 meters to go now. Rebecca Meyers, well, she was a silver medalist in Rio, but it looks like she's fighting for silver here because Carlotta Gili from Italy is on her way home now. She has about 6 or 7 meters to go. We'll keep an eye on the clock. It's a great time for Gili, and it's 59.12. It's gold to Carlotta Gili from Italy. It's silver to Meyers from the USA, and Edo Beltran from Spain gets the bronze medal, but a great swim. Very impressive stuff from Carlotta Gili of Italy.
These athletes again will touch the wall, and as an S13 you can look across and see if anybody else has come into the wall with you, and so Gilly will know she's won because she had clear water, but Rebecca Meyers won't have a clue what time she swam because she can't see the board and she also can't hear the in-house announcer, so she will have to wait until she gets back to her coach to find out how that event went.
See Meyers, as you said, Liz, just a little bit slower than the others, but as soon as they got into the swim, Meyers overtook most of them, but she couldn't catch Carlotta Gili in the end. The Italian won by a fair margin in the end, 59.12. Gili takes the gold in the women's 100 freestyle S13. Rebecca Meyers is silver medalist, and the bronze medal by just 8/100ths of a second goes to Edo Beltran from Spain. That was swift, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Italians have got a great crop of newcomers coming through, and they're all performing really well at this meet. We're only on day 2.
The men's SP5 100 breaststroke, Ivo Roca from Portugal goes in lane number 2. Georgios Spaltos from Greece, 6th place in the Paralympic Games. He goes in lane number 3. Next to Paralympic champion Carl Forsman of Sweden. What a great swim he had in Rio, winning a close contest for that one. And there's Antonio Ponce Bertrand from Spain in lane 5. Medalist yesterday in the 400. Another Vietnamese swimmer goes in lane number 6. It's Tan Hai Do. And completing the lineup, they're in lane number 7. No one going in lane 7. Oh, there he is now. It's appeared on the block. It is Ahmad Hashad from Egypt, 17-year-old. A variety of starts employed for the final of the men's 100 breaststroke SP5.
And we see there in the middle, Carl Forsman, the Paralympic champion, choosing to start in the water, but straight up and into his stroke. He's got a bit of a deficit for those who dive, but he's already showing great power to come through. Ponce having a really good first 25 meters and leading the way. We know he's in good form. He got a medal yesterday in that 400 meters freestyle, and he'll be riding the wave of confidence down his first 50 meters in this 100 breaststroke.
Well, in the Paralympic Games, Carl Forsman had to come from behind, and he won a very, very close contest against the Korean Lim and the Mexican Rangel. Both were not here in Mexico City. He's got to come from behind again. Ponce Bertrand in the lead, 41.82. It's a big lead with Forsman in second and Do from Vietnam in third. And the Paralympic champion has got to come from a long way back.
Yeah, and as you said, Paul, he's renowned for having a strong second, 50 meters, but Ponce Bertrand of Spain has given himself such an advantage down this first half of the race, and if he can hold this pace now, then Forsman might be left with just too much to do.
Well, it looks that way. It looks like it's going to be goal for Spain here because Ponce Bertran is coming home, and a win clear from Carl Forsman. He has almost no one in shot here as he comes into the last 5 meters. It's going to be gold for Ponce Bertran of Spain, and he touches in 1:28.57, and wow, that is an excellent time. It is a world record time for Antonio Ponce Bertran of Spain. And Forsman in second, and in third place it's Do from Vietnam, but a world record performance by the Spaniard.
There he is, incredible swim, and I'm not sure if he realises yet because it hasn't come up on the board.
Well, that was a sensational swim from Antonio Ponce Bertran. First SB5 swimmer under the 130 mark. He was going really well, swimming away from the Paralympic champion, and we didn't realise it was going to be that fast.
No, and Bertrand there, we see him starting in the water, but he got a good push up. He came up at the flags and he used that momentum, and he's so strong, keeping his head down there, getting big stroke, little stroke, staying as flat as possible, and he was so powerful. Came into the wall on a full stroke, and well, what a victory.
Antonio Ponce Bertran takes the gold in a world record time of 1:28.57. Carl Forsman, the Paralympic champion, has to settle for silver with Do of Vietnam in third. Well, there we go, Les. Great swim there. 1:28.57, and he just looked so strong in the second 50 there.
Yeah, he took it out from the beginning. You've got to attack that race. When you're racing someone who you know is as strong as Carl Forsman, you've got no choice. And Ponce Bertran, he knew he was in good form. He carried that in from 400 meters yesterday, and I still think he's processing that result.
He just looked back on the board. It's appeared on the board now, but when he looked back at round about that 50 meters away the board is, it didn't say the world record time, but it's come up now, and yeah, well, we can confirm it's definitely a world record. 2.5 off the old mark.
Yeah, he came in with an entry time of 1:37.3 for this year, so great progress for him.
Absolutely. Well, what can this next event do? It's the SB6. We go one class up now. This is the one that the Mexicans will have been waiting for. It's the Gutierrez brothers, Batman and Robin as they're known.
Save you've got City tonight. Maybe just Mexico City.
Mexico City. The finalists coming out. Led out by the American Roderick Sewell. His debut here in the City Major Championships. There's Juan Jose Gutierrez, the younger of the Gutierrez brothers. Zach Chateau, another USA swimmer making his major international debut in Mexico City. Nelson Crispin looked very, very good in the heats this morning. Passed his qualifier. There's Andres Skar-Bjornstad. We saw him earlier collect a medal for the 400 freestyle. He may challenge for the gold medal position. And the second Gutierrez brother, the older Gutierrez brother, Raul, goes in lane number 6 for Mexico. Ben Sivan goes in 7 for Hungary. And Connor Giuffreda, the third American in this one, the outside lane. You would think, Liz, the favourites for this one certainly would be Nelson Crispin. Maybe Andres Bjornstad may be able to challenge. But looking at the entry times from the heats this morning, there's not much in it between all the others, so it may well be wide open for maybe the Americans or the Mexicans to try and get in amongst the medals. Final of the men's 100 meters breaststroke, SB6.
The best start there coming from lane 4, Nelson Crispin, who is the favourite for this event coming in. He's got such a high stroke, quick recovery, really great breaststroke technique, and he's through that 25 metres and he's already created clear water between him and the rest of the field.
Well, Nelson Crispin there, it is really, really tight for second. There are, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swimmers in contention, but Nelson Crispin is away and clear here, and it's a very fast first 50 inside world record pace for Nelson Crispin, the Colombian. In second is Bjornstad, and in third it is one of the Gutierrez brothers, Juan Jose Gutierrez in third, but Crispin away and clear and heading for home. Could we be on for another record?
These athletes coming down behind him have got such an opportunity to get a medal and get on this podium. It's so placed for Nelson Crispin. He knew that he was the favourite. He knew he had the opportunity to top this World Championship podium for the first time. He's not leaving in any doubt.
Well, coming into the last 5 metres now, Nelson Crispin is going to be the world champion. We'll keep an eye on the clock. It's very close to the world record, but just outside, but it's gold for Colombia, gold to Nelson Crispin. It looks like it's silver for Norway, and the bronze is going to Mexico, and it goes to lane number 2, Juan Jose Gutierrez will take the bronze medal for Mexico. What a swim for the young Mexican. What a swim for the Colombian though. Nelson Crispin takes it, championship record on 1941.
Great start, the best start actually coming from Zach Shattuck of the USA in lane 3, but once Nelson Crispin did that underwater phase, he was up and into the lead and he didn't look back.
Really balanced stroke for Nelson Crispin, swimmer of short stature, but really making the most of that, well balanced and just a superb swim from the Colombian. Nelson Crispin takes gold for Colombia. It's a championship record, it's an America's record to take the gold medal. Andrea Skar Bjornstad, silver for Norway, and what a great swim from Juan Jose Gutierrez to take the bronze medal for Mexico. Well, there he is, as pleased. The home crowd, wow. I'm sure he didn't expect that. It was an excellent time as well for the young man, 129.53. Just great, just making great improvements, these young swimmers.
I think those athletes had a real opportunity there. They were in a battle for those silver and bronze medals, and that does bring out the best of you. And as we saw, a lot of improvements on the times they went in the heats this morning.
Well, it was up for grabs. These minor places. Nelson Crispin was never in doubt about who was going to win it, but great performances. Medal ceremony now for the women's breaststroke in the SB6 class, an event you know very well, Liz.
Yes.
Former world champion sitting beside me. Yesterday, all in the blue tracksuits. This blue tracksuit belongs to Sweden, Ida Andersson-Wolf, 19-year-old. Saw her in the European Championships last year. She's moved up to the World Championships now, and on the medal podium. Absolutely delighted with that. 2 Americans though in first and second position. Julia Gaffney, the 17-year-old. Great improvement on her time.
Yes, she showed great strength this morning and stuck with Sophia Herzog for as much as she could, and I'm expecting great things from her in the future.
Slightly more experienced teammate takes the gold medal. Sophia Herzog, silver medalist last year in the Rio Paralympic Games. Gold medal this time for the American. Again, a little bit emotional on the podium there for Sophia Herzog. No wonder. She is the world champion. She will enjoy the anthem of the USA. Oh, the emotion flowing for Sophia Herzog. It's exactly what it means to these athletes to be world champions.
Great swim for her. She took an opportunity, wiping away those tears. Never know. You come in again. She was another athlete, Sophia Herzog, who had that favourite tag on, but until you get your hand on the wall first and the race is over, anything can happen.
Well, from someone accepting their first World Championship gold medal, we have someone who certainly used to being on the top step of the podium at World Championships. The great USA star Jessica Long. Almost lost count of the amount of World Championship medals that she's got. 24 incredible record over the years. Duskova from the Czech Republic, bronze medalist, the 19-year-old. Maybe the first medal for the Czech Republic. These championships, and again the crowd on their feet on Naomi Somalera from Mexico, the 19-year-old. It's all very emotional out there on the medal podium tonight. Again, swimmer making her debut on the medal podium. Swam in the World Championships in 2015. She's made the podium this time. But this young lady, Jessica Long, one of the best, the most experienced swimmers here in Mexico. 24 gold medals at the World Championships to her name. Burst onto the scene as a 12-year-old in Athens Paralympic Games in 2004. It's her 6th World Championships, and again she's top of the podium, and again she'll enjoy the anthem of the US. 100 backstroke. S11 victory ceremony the next on. Yeah, S11 events always interesting for us to watch. Just the kind of trust they have to put in the tappers, the techniques that all the swimmers with no vision employ, and they just swim sensational times.
Yeah, they can all do as much training as every other athlete, but they've got so many more variables to contend with when they enter that racing environment. And like you said, Paul, they've got the level of trust every step of the way, every step of the process, from warm-up to getting them to the core room on time, to getting them to behind the block, to getting them out of the race. I'm a control freak, I couldn't do it.
Oh, the bronze medalist, another of the Argentinian team having a great time here. Sergio Reyes, 3 times a Paralympian in Beijing, London and Rio. It's his 5th time at a World Championship, but his first time on the medal podium. He's the bronze medalist in the 100 backstroke S11. 18-year-old Belarusian Grigori Zuzilao. Another medal for him. It was gold yesterday, silver today. This time in the 100 meters backstroke. Zuzilao's time 1:15.50. He'll be back again for more events later this week. The man who takes the gold medal, he's European champion last year, he's world champion this year. It's Wojciech Markowski of Poland. He's beginning to make this backstroke event his very own, actually. He's medalist, burst onto the scene last year. He's really come through the ranks. It's his 3rd major medal in a year. And another anthem for us to enjoy here at these World Championships, the anthem of Poland.
The medalist of 2017 World Paralympic medalist.
There's a medalist. An abrupt finish to the Polish national anthem there, kind of caught the crowd by surprise. Markowski, Zuzilo, and Sergio Reyes, the medalist. Sergio Reyes, 27 years of age now. He will be absolutely delighted to get on the medal podium there.
Yeah, and another medal for Argentina in this day 2 of action. They're having a brilliant competition so far.
Medalist now. One more medal ceremony for the men's 50 backstroke S4, so expect some noise from the home crowd. It's the event, of course, the S4 event, which really belonged to Mexico. It really belonged to Juan Reyes for many, many years. Juan Reyes, great Mexican hero, he was unbeaten in this event. Really staggering amount of time, right through from the mid-90s, right through to the World Championships in 2013.
It would seem that at the moment he seems to have handed the mantle over to that man in the middle from the Czech Republic. Czech. Exciting.
And the Mexicans have got a great legacy to follow. The great man, Juan Reyes. 2 medalists in this event. There's Gustavo Sanchez Martinez, the bronze medalist. Had a movie made, the story of his life, a couple of years ago. It's a great character, Gustavo Sanchez Martinez. Jesus Hernandez takes the silver medal. Medalist in the Paralympic Games last year, bronze medal, silver this time in his home World Championships in Mexico. As you said, Liz, mantle of the world champion, world leader is handed over to the world record holder now, Arnold Petrocek of the Czech Republic. It's his second global title in this event, his first world championship gold. Another medal to the Czech Republic. Arnold Petrocek takes the gold for Czech Republic ahead of the 2 Mexicans. He is the world champion. Czech supporters celebrating, the Mexican supporters celebrating. And 3 delighted medalists there. Having a good time on that medal podium, Liz.
Yeah, enjoying the moment. And as you said, Juan Reyes is the other Mexican that was in that race that finished 5th. He's left such a legacy in this event. You can see that the podium being occupied by a new world leader and 2 Mexicans.
Medalists happy with their day's work. Still a number of races for us to enjoy. Move on to the next final now, which is the women's 100 backstroke S11. As you said, Liz, the S11 event's really, really interesting to watch.
Yeah, because as we talked about when we just saw the men's victory ceremony, there's so many variables that come into play once the S11s enter this field of play, this arena. First of all, they've got to rely on their assistants for everything. If you're not at the call room on time, then you don't get to swim. So the level of trust that has to be placed, you choose your assistant very wisely because they're with you for every step of this competitive journey.
Someone's being led out now for this final. A couple of countries we haven't seen so far at this World Championship. The Georgian swimmer, Mattia Kalinadze, in lane 1, and a swimmer from El Salvador, Nomi Guevara, goes in lane number 2. Slovakian, we won bronze medal yesterday in the 100 freestyle. Tatiana Platanova in lane 3. Paralympic silver medalist in this event is Kylie Wen from China in 4. Clayton Hermes, silver medalist yesterday from the USA, well supported by the USA fans. Anchalmara Pandey from India. And what about the reception? And this lady will get the Mexican gold medalist from yesterday in the 100 freestyle, Matilda Alcazar. Well, I just wonder what the Mexican can do from that outside lane in lane number 7. Women's 100 backstroke S11, Kylie Wen from China in 4. Matilda Alcazar, Mexico out there in lane 7. Swimmers being set now in the water. Just being orientated, I suppose, by their coaches who've accompanied them there. Really have to be straight off the start to be able to see that, but they'll certainly be able to feel the lane ropes if they go a little bit squint off the start. It's the final of the women's 100 backstroke. It's 11.
Here we see the best start coming from Kai Luin in lane 4 from China, and as you said, Paul, up into the start, you've got to get the right balance between finding the lane rope quickly enough to help you with your direction, but not so soon that you end up under the lane rope, which is a real possibility for these S11 swimmers.
Looks like the Mexican right at the top of the screen there was having a little bit of trouble with the lane rope as well, so that hasn't helped her. But coming in, look at this, great stroke there from Kai of China. And the tapper, we're not going to see the tap there because we've got the underwater shot, but a very good turn from the Chinese swimmer. She leads there, 33.90 and 38.90, not far away from world record pace. The Mexican, though, is second.
Yeah, that was a great underwater shot, and as we saw, the Clayton Hermes of America turning well, but they're being a bit too close to the wall, and it's so important. She's got such a long tapping stick. Again, down to personal preference, we saw this Chinese swimmer in lane 4 leading from the front. She's found that lane rope so well, and it's a skill to be able to do that.
Well, she's hugging this lane rope. She's hugging it all the way to a gold medal. It's going to be gold for China. Kai Li Wen is coming in now in a time of 121.99. She will take it. It's going to be silver to the USA. McLean Hermes gets in 126.38, and it's another medal for Mexico. It's another medal for Matilda Alcazar. She takes the bronze from the outside lane. 129.
Commanding victory from lane 4 there for the Chinese swimmer Kai Luin, and we saw McLean Hermes, we saw her struggle on that turn a bit. She got a bit stuck on the wall, but there was no doubt with her finish. She hit the wall perfectly on a full stroke.
All the way down, all the way hugging that lane rope, just brushing it as she's gone by. These lane ropes are quite unforgiving if you get it wrong.
Yeah, these S11 athletes, they are so skilled at getting close enough to that lane rope that they've got that direction, but not so close that they would come out with lots of bumps and bruises. You see it sometimes, but nowhere near it as often as you would if a sighted athlete tried to swim against the lane rope like that.
She got it just about right, the Chinese swimmer, Kai Li Wen. Kai Li Wen takes gold for China, 121.99. Clayton Hermes, the silver for the USA, and another Mexican medal for Matilda Alcazar. Great to watch these S11 swimmers. There's just so much that you can learn from them, the techniques that they employ.
Yeah, and they have to be coached in such a different way to your sighted swimmers because they can't watch demonstrations. Some of these athletes have been blind since birth, so they have no idea of what someone's saying when they say where to place your hand or how to place your hand. So it's a very personal relationship between the athlete and their support staff.
Well, from the S11, we go to the S10s. Swimmers with a physical impairment, a minimal physical impairment, highest numerical class. Ty Dutcher led them out for the USA. David Levesque we saw back on the medal podium again after his world medals back in 2002. Andre Brazil goes in lane number 4. The great champion, already 4 times a world champion in this event, but he was beaten yesterday by his teammate Phillippi Rodriguez in the 50 freestyle. Patrick Karlinski will go in lane number 6 for Poland. And Ludwig Neuren from Sweden goes in lane number 7, completing the lineup. But, well, what are the 2 Brazilians going to do today, Liz Johnson?
I'd guess with the first thing they're going to do is check the diving blocks after yesterday's exploits.
It was almost a real kind of Brazilian standoff there yesterday. The blocks were checked and double checked. A little bit quicker today. Last to get up on the block is Andre Brazil, the reigning world champion. Andre Brazil in 4, Phillippi Rodriguez in 5. The men's 100 freestyle S10 final.
Those 3 middle lanes all pretty evenly away, I would say. Phillippi Rodriguez in lane 5 getting the slight advantage underwater, but Andre Brazil with that straight arm, long stroke won't let him get away.
Well, it's the 2 Brazilians as we expected coming to the turn now. Andre Brazil just coming back there as they approach that turn, and Brazil may well just go over in first position, 25.37, and Rodriguez now has got to play catch up in this second 50.
Andre Brazil here, look at that length, that stroke, very contrasting strokes from the 2 Brazilians. Straight arm from Andre Brazil, long strokes. Phillippi Rodriguez a slightly faster stroke rate. And here they come into the final 5 meters.
And it looks like Andre Brazil is going to retain that title again, and he does in 52.60. It is gold to Andre Brazil. It's a 5th straight world title from Andre. Phillippi Rodriguez makes it a Brazilian 1-2, and David Levesque from Spain on the medal podium again in the bronze medal position.
Great swim in there from Andre Brazil. He's such a talent, and he'll be glad to get one back on Phillippi Rodriguez from yesterday.
Well, Andre Brazil, he was away pretty well. Phillippi Rodriguez had the best start, but when they came into the turn at the 50-meter mark, that's when Andre Brazil made his move. Coming down the second 50, Phillippi Rodriguez was playing catch-up all the way. Andre Brazil getting in just half a stroke ahead of his teammate and rival, and Andre Brazil takes it in 52.60. It's a 5th straight gold in this event for Andre Brazil of Brazil. 52.60 ahead of his teammate Phillippi Rodriguez and David Levesque in 3rd position for Spain. 52.60. He won his. What time do you think he won his first world title in 2006?
I can't look at the stat sheet. I'm going to go with. He was good. He was really fast in 2006. Oh, I don't know.
52.61.
No way.
1/100th of a second difference in
11 years.
11 years.
That is impressive.
That's not bad. Bianca Papp leads the swimmers out for the women's S10 100 freestyle, the gold medalist in the backstroke yesterday. Emmeline Pierre from France goes in lane number 2. Livia Jablonska from Poland in 3. She'll be a contender for the medals here. But Chen Yi was very impressive yesterday, an Asian record in the 50 freestyle to win gold. the 16-year-old from China. Pushed all the way though by Alessia Scorticini in that 50. The Italian be out to try and reverse that result from yesterday. Nell Roulet, the second French swimmer. And in the outside lane, the bronze medalist in the 50 freestyle. Just checking those starting blocks. Susanna Cole from Estonia. Interesting here, Chen in lane 4, Alessia Scorticini in lane number 5. Gold and silver medalists in the 50. What are they going to do in the 100? The final of the women's 100 freestyle S10.
The best start there coming from Chen of China in lane 4. Jablonska in lane 3, the Polish swimmer, slightly disadvantaged at the start as her weakness is in her legs. But here we see Chen, we know she's got the speed as we saw it in that 50-meter freestyle yesterday with an Asian record. And here she is taking this race out to the halfway point.
It's a good lead for the Chinese swimmer here. Chen at the halfway, 29.15. And she has a lead of around about 0.8 of a second there. Scorticini, can Scorticini show her strength here in the second 50? It's going to be a tough ask, but she is coming back.
Yes, Scorticini looks like she's trying to make the charge, trying to get up on the shoulder of Chen. Has Chen put in an early enough shift early on to give herself enough advantage? So Scorticini is not giving up.
Oh, Scorticini coming back in the closing stages now. It's all going to be in the finish. Chen is just about holding on, and she reaches for the wall, then Scorticini gets it by 2/100ths of a second right at the end. Chen is in silver medal position, and the bronze to Bianca Papp of Hungary. But what a finish from Alessia Scorticini to take gold for Italy.
There she is, Scorticini, over the moon of that race. So she timed that race to perfection because with 2 strokes to go to the end, Chen was still in the lead.
Well, be interesting to see the replay. They both stretched for the wall. Chen, the sprinter from yesterday, we knew she could move. You knew she would get out fast. The question was, would Scorticini be able to pull that deficit back in the second length? She started to come back, and right at the end, here's the finish. Oh, they were in together. Oh, you could not split that with a naked eye. 2/100ths of a second the difference. Alessia Scorticini, champion. Scorticini takes the goal for Italy. 2/100ths of a second ahead of Chen from China, with Bianca Papp, a bronze medalist from Hungary. Well, that was a good one, wasn't it?
It was an exciting race, and both swimmers there playing to their strengths. Chen knew she had the speed, she knew she had to take it out if she was going to have a chance of holding on to that gold medal. But all credit to Scorticini, she didn't get sucked in to Chen's race plan. She swam her own race, and it paid dividends at the end.
Well, the Italians coming up with some real stars in the first couple of days here, and we still haven't seen all of them. We've got another few Italians to come and make their debut at these championships, but they're having a great event so far. Here's a medalist from our first event that we saw earlier this evening. Another appearance on the medal podium for the American Aspen Shelton, silver medal position. Bronze medalist from Spain, Maria Delgado Nadal. Spanish team always very strong in the visually impaired classes. They have been traditionally. Tradition stretching back right to the Barcelona Paralympics 25 years ago, 1992. I think the good old days, Liz.
I'll have to take your word for it. I wasn't there.
Aspen Shelton, she wasn't there either.
He wasn't born.
It's very clear. She takes a silver medal, add to that gold medal that she won yesterday in the 100 back. Naomi Mikey Schnitger, always smiling, always happy. Mikey Schnitger, great to see her on top of the medal podium in this women's 100 freestyle. Again, favourite for this one. Before they started, she had to do it. She had to get in the water and swim it. She did just that. She came away with the World Championship title for Germany.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next one
Medalists for the women's 100 freestyle. Yes, 12 class. We're saying earlier, we saw the medals yesterday. Close at hand. Smart. Very good.
Always nice when you get to the end of the race and you've got a good medal for your troubles.
Now some swimmers racking up the medals already. Some countries also doing that. How are we standing in the Liz Johnson medal table so far?
Wow. I wouldn't look at it too closely. I need to rejig my lines.
Okay. Oh yeah, right, I see that.
Got to work with what I was given.
Yeah.
You gave me a plain piece of paper. Never a good idea.
You've obviously got a system.
I'm not as confident in it as I was yesterday.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Let's hope so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony.
Another medal ceremony.
Damas y caballeros, la ceremonia de premiación de los 100 metros libres S13 femenil.
Swimmers making their way out. Our first opportunity to hear the Italian national anthem tonight. Always like that one.
Bronze medal,
Women's S13 100 freestyle. Well, a Spanish bronze medalist. Edo Beltran. Takes that bronze medal for Spain. It's a close contest actually. In the bronze medal, 8 100s ahead of Poland's Joanna Mendak. Rebecca Meyers, a multi-gold medalist from the Rio Paralympic Games. Silver medal this time, same as she did in Rio. In the 100 freestyle. USA have another medal to add to their tally. Rebecca Meyers has another medal. She'll be back later in the week. A few other events. But Carlotta Giri from Italy, a newcomer here to World Para Swimming. She had such a good start. Another gold medal for the Italian team.
She looked strong throughout. She built. She had such a good technique coming into that final 25 meters. She took that victory in any doubt.
Damas y caballeros, escuchemos
Carlotta
respetuosamente
Giri.
el himno nacional de Italia.
Enjoy the anthem of Italy. Italian supporters. They were here right to the end yesterday, supporting their team. They won a medal in the relay at the last event. I'm sure they'll be here again right to the end, because they have really built up a good following, the Italian team. They've got really good youngsters coming through.
Yeah, and their athletes give them a lot to cheer about. So they've had a brilliant start to the first 2 days of this competition. And what a debut.
Carlotta Gili, one that they have discovered. Just so scored to Chini as well. This a little while ago, so we'll have the Italian national anthem again tonight, at least once.
That'll please you.
Yeah. Like the nice little Italian one. I know the first couple of words to that as well.
Well enough to tell us all?
Italia, Italia, I think it goes. Not really much to write home about, is it?
Come back when you know it all.
Might be some time. Who has got something to write home about is the man who's about to receive the medal in this one. The men's 100 breaststroke SB5. It's the first world record we've seen at these championships, and maybe a little bit of a surprise result and a massive improvement he had on his personal best time.
Yeah, I think even he was shocked when he turned and looked at the board. Victory is one thing, but that time was phenomenal. And to be the first swimmer in a classification under a barrier is always a memory that you can cherish forever.
5 varonil.
Carl Forsman, the Paralympic champion, leads them out. Silver medal today for Carl Forsman. Vietnam on the medal podium again. That was good. Handful of medals for the Vietnamese team at these championships. Tai Handel, bronze medal this time for the Vietnamese swimmer. And the silver medalist from Sweden, Carl Forsman. He's on the top spot in the Paralympic Games, but little he could do about this one. It was the strength shown by the Spanish swimmer. Antonio Once Bertrand is the world champion in a new world record time. 1:28.57. 1.5 seconds inside the old mark. The first swimmer under the 1:30 barrier. More Spanish fans in the crowd there. What a performance from the man in the middle.
They were treated to an extra special performance, and I think He's allowing himself a smile now. He's allowing himself to enjoy that moment. It's finally sinking in exactly what he's achieved here this evening.
Final medal presentation for the time being. On to another final, and what a contest we could be in for this next one. Women's 50 backstroke S4. Another Italian world record holder in pole position here.
The Italians are having a fantastic competition so far, and it really is. Winning's infectious, and if you don't want to be the one person on your team that doesn't win, doesn't deliver, you want to take that opportunity, and you want to enjoy the praise that's coming your way. So, as I said, it can be infectious, but obviously, lane 5, Zheng Yao, she's Chinese. The Chinese are also having a phenomenal meet, so it really could go down to the wire.
Certainly in terms of their entry times, very, very close. They start at the opposite end of the pool. Of course, it's just one length of this Francisco Marquez Olympic pool. The Olympic pool, of course, was where the 1968 Olympics were held. It's been refurbished in 2009. It is still some remnants of those Olympic Games you can see around about the pool. Some plaques, the old scoreboard above where the swimmers are now. It's quite a historic building.
Yes, an impressive venue considering how old it is, but I bet those disco lights weren't here in 1968.
There is Monica Boggioni, the world record holder in her debut at major championships. 19-year-old from Italy. You saw Sigurður Dottir from Iceland, Deng Yu from China, Cheng Jiao, Paralympic champion in lane number 5, the second Chinese swimmer. Heard the cheer of the Mexican crowd. The swimmer in lane 6, Nelly Miranda Herrera. Experienced Mexican, flag bearer for the Mexican team at the Rio Paralympics. 50 backstroke. Better known as a freestyler, Nelly Miranda Herrera. See what she can do in this 50 backstroke. Carolina Hamer from Poland, completing the lineup in lane 7. So we have from the bottom Sigurður Dottir, Deng, Boggioni, Cheng, Miranda Herrera and Hamer. Final of the women's 50 metres backstroke, S4.
All ladies away safely, and we would expect the race to come for the top spot in the middle of the field here. Lane 4 world record holder Boggioni of Italy versus Paralympic champion Cheng of China in lane 5.
Well, it looks as they approach halfway that Boggioni just has the edge, but Cheng coming back strongly. It is very, very tight indeed. These two swimming away from the others. It's a close contest between Deng and Herrera for the bronze medal, but it is gold and silver is going to go to Boggioni or Cheng. They are stroke for stroke. They're coming into the flags, into the red markers. It looks like Cheng might just take it here. It's going to be tight, and it is. Cheng will take it in 46.51. It's a world record time for Cheng. And Boggioni also inside the old world record, 46.86, but it's silver for the Italian with Deng in the bronze medal position. But it's gold to China, gold to Cheng in a world record time. Well, what about that, Liz? What an excellent swim here.
We said as we came in, both athletes, they were so tight, their entry times, only 15/100ths of a second separating them, and both did everything they could. You can't ask more than to break a world record. It's always unfortunate when you break the world record and you still don't take home the gold medal. But here we see similar strokes, similar techniques. Just Borgioni had a slightly longer, stronger arm stroke, but Cheng had that quicker stroke rate, and at the end just managed to get her hand to the wall first.
Cheng from China takes the title. And women's 50 backstroke S4 in a world record time, 46.51. It's a European record for silver for Monica Borgioni of Italy, also inside the old world record, with Deng Yu from China taking the bronze medal.
Well, we've been treated to some great swimming here tonight, some fast swimming. We've waited till day 2 for world records, and then 2 come along in quick succession.
2 faster than the world record in one race there. Absolutely phenomenal. Monica Borgioni got off to a great start, but just couldn't hold it, and Paralympic champion was so strong in the closing stages. Well, we're just waiting for the next final. There might be a slight delay before that final gets underway, but bringing that as soon as we can. But yeah, there's world records coming thick and fast now, and a couple of excellent performances that we've seen. We always thought a world record might have been on for that one because the 2 swimmers were very, very close. Borgioni set the world record earlier this year, and she's been on cracking form as well. And you'll see her back later on the week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cheng, being the Paralympic champion, knew that she was going to have to fight for that title. She didn't want to give up that #1 spot on the world rankings, and she did everything she could there to make sure, well, we can't do more than a world record.
Absolutely. We haven't seen much of the Chinese swimmers in the world rankings this year, but they always seem to bring out the big guns for the major championships, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that she's able to come here and produce this world record, obviously we're all aware that these world championships have been rescheduled, and so all of these athletes have had to deal with that and readjust their training, and actually maybe sometimes their expectations, because their times, their training will all have been geared towards peaking for that week at the beginning of October, and actually their mindset has had to change to come in here and just race and get their hand on the wall first. And we've seen some athletes have dealt with that very well. Some athletes maybe have struggled a little more, and we've seen some phenomenal racing, and we've seen some phenomenally fast swimming.
Well, there is the replay of that one. Monica Borgioni closest to us. And at that stage, it did look like Cheng was really struggling to stay on terms, but oh, it was very, very close at the end. Both the arms coming across at the same time of the leading 2. And it was Cheng Jiao from China who took that one. But, you know, she was the Paralympic champion last year. She's seen the emergence of Borgioni this year. And, you know, that has obviously just fired her up completely.
Yeah, and there's more to being a complete swimmer than just getting in the water and being able to swim fast. It's about the whole package and being able to deal with the pressure and being able to deal with these new athletes coming along or coming into your classification, or someone having a peaking in their performance and their competition and seeing a time on the world rankings, especially for these Chinese athletes who don't travel around the world a lot, so they won't get to see their main competitors in person very often. And it's very different looking at the world rankings on the internet or seeing a piece of paper with some results on it and being able to gauge just how your competitor and your athletes can perform. So when you get to the start line with them, it's all about who's got that mental strength to get in and race hard and not be distracted.
Well, both of them certainly did a great job there, both inside the old world record mark. Borgioni's mark 47.53, so she was half a second inside, and Cheng was just over a second inside there. See the hashtag there on the bottom of your screen? Hashtag paraswimming. Liz Johnson has been all over Twitter Send in your birthday messages for Liz Johnson today. It's no longer your birthday in some parts of the world.
It is here, so we've got time for one more piece of cake, I think. But looking at those results, the important thing to emphasize, well, we see this graphic on the screen, is the fact that Monica Boggioni could not have done any more. She trained, she got faster than she'd ever been before. She broke what she believed was to be the world record mark, so she cannot be disappointed. Part of her will probably be a little bit disappointed, but that's why she's the athlete she is. That's what makes her the fierce competitor that she is.
Oh, there's a little bit of a medical issue there, as you can see on the screen. One of the competitors, so let's hope everything's okay. The crowd appreciate the fast action of the volunteers and the staff here in the pool. They've done a great job so far, you have to say, at these championships.
Yeah, there's a great lot of volunteers, medical staff, timekeepers, officials, announcers within the stadium. So, like, there's so many different components that make this championships happen. It's not a case of clicking your fingers and the World Para Swimming Championships just turn up in Mexico City.
Well, let's hope it continues for the remainder of these championships. We're only on day 2 of this 6-day meet. And we are now ready to move on to the next event, which is the men's 50 meters backstroke for the S3 classification. Gergo Bodnar from Hungary leading them through. Kjell Fredriksson from Sweden, familiar figure.
Representing
Plus,
Italy,
he's been major
Vincenzo
championships
Boni.
before.
In
Diego
lane 5,
Lopez Diaz
representing
from
People's
Mexico.
Republic of China,
The whole
Juan
crowd really
Huenca.
reacting to him. Can we be on
In
for
lane
another Mexican
6,
medal?
representing Spain,
Vincenzo Boni
Miguel Ángel Martinez
from
Tajuelo.
Italy.
Y en el carril número 7,
medalist
representando a
last year.
México,
One of the
Christopher
favourites for this one, the Italian. Again, in the middle of the pool, it's Italy against China. Huang Wenpan in lane number 5. Chinese swimmer who was ahead of the Italian last year at the Paralympic Games. Miguel Ángel Martinez from Spain, World Championship medalist back in 2013. The final swimmer, Christopher Tronco from Mexico, another Mexican, one of the experienced Mexicans, 4 times Paralympian, Christopher Tronco, so he's one of the most experienced members of the Mexican team. Men's 50 meters backstroke, Vincenzo Boni and Huang Wenpan, the Paralympic silver and bronze medalists, head to head in the centre lanes. Italy against China, again becoming a feature of tonight's action. Could we be in for another close race, another good time? This is the men's 50 meters backstroke S3 final. Variety of starting techniques applied here. Swimmers being held on the wall by their feet or their hands. This is the final of the men's 50 backstroke S3.
Here we'll see the quickest start coming from Mikael Fredriksson of Sweden in lane 2, and he tries to make the most of that underwater phase, the kick that he has, but right up and into the lead is Diego Lopez Diaz of...
It's the home swimmer, Lopez Diaz, with that high turnover here, and he's heading them home now. The swimmers in the centre is Boni and Juan trying to come back, but Lopez Diaz is holding on here. The Mexican crowd really getting excited here as they come into the last 5 meters. It's lane number 3. It's Lopez Diaz. It is going to be gold to Mexico. It's Diego Lopez Diaz is the champion in 46.38. It's silver for Vincenzo Boni of Italy. It's bronze to Wang Wenpan of China. But it's gold to Mexico and gold to Diego Lopez Diaz.
Now displayed on the scoreboard is the confirmed results for that heat. The first place is for Mexico. Ahora se mostrarán en el tablero los resultados confirmados.
There is the Mexican winner, Diego Lopez Diaz, in a championship record 46.38. And I don't know about the Mexican crowd getting excited, but I got too excited then for him. I couldn't get my words out. What a swim from lane 3. We talked about those two center lanes going head to head, Italy v China, but Diego Lopez Diaz was not going to let them steal the headlines this evening and performed for his home crowd.
And the margin of victory at the end, he didn't finish particularly well. It was a championship record though. It was good enough to finish ahead of the other two in the center. It's gold for Mexico. Diego Lopez Diaz takes the title in a championship record ahead of Vincenzo Boni of Italy and Wang Wenpan of China. Oh, another surprise one, Liz.
And another fast swim as well. Championship record. The records are starting to tumble.
Really went out for that one. He didn't get away to the best of starts, probably on a level with the other two, but as soon as he got up into his stroke, it was really fast turnover that took him into the lead.
Yeah, he seemed to be able to manage to produce a quicker turnover of stroke, and that gave him the momentum to give him a lead, and ultimately, a very impressive victory.
On to the next event now, which is the women's 50 backstroke, or the S3 classification.
Representing Turkey, Ali Karimi. En el carril número 2, representando a México, Jaime Viviana Aceves Pérez.
Idlem, first swimmer out. It's a combined event, she's swimming up from the S2 classification.
Garcia.
There's Heidi Aceves Perez. Another Mexican in this final. Edina Garcia. 5 World Championships under her belt. There's 6-1, the Brazilian. World record holder, the Paralympic champion, goes in lane number 4. Alexandra Stamatopoulos, for Greece, European medalist last year. Here from Kazakhstan is Rifa Gabidulina. The outside lane, lane number 7, Veronica Guerenko. Well, what we expect on this one, Peng Yuping in middle lane, Paralympic champion, the world record holder for China. Interesting to see the starts employed by the swimmers. This is the final of the women's 50 backstroke, S3.
A lot of very tried and tested techniques for all of the athletes here, but as we see, all up and away safely and into their strokes, and high turnovers, 3 ladies in the middle, all with impaired muscular power, but we will expect the favourite to become from Paralympic champion in lane 4, Peng of China.
That's Stamatopoulos of Greece, the early leader, but as they come into the second half of this race, she's just been overtaken now by Peng of China in lane number 4, and it is the Paralympic champion just stretching away from Stamatopoulos of Greece, who's now trying to hang on to that silver medal position ahead of Garcia from Brazil, but it does look like the gold is going to go to China. The gold is going to go to the Paralympic champion, who's going to become the world champion, and Peng will take that one in 52.51. And second, it is Garcia from Brazil, just getting the touch ahead of Stamatopoulos from Greece. Garcia the silver, Stamatopoulos the bronze, but the gold to Peng Yiping of China.
That was a great display there of how the classification system works and how different athletes have different strengths and weaknesses. Their impairments affect them differently. We saw that actually Peng probably got away the worst start. She doesn't get any propulsion from her legs at all and has to go from a standing start. But she came through strong at the end, and then we saw Garcia build and build and build. She was not in silver medal position until we came into the final, probably 1 meter, and she used all of her shoulder strength to throw herself at the wall.
Peng Yiping from China takes the gold in 52.51. Cadenia Garcia from Brazil takes the silver, 9 100ths of a second ahead of Alexandra Stamatopoulos from great batch of races there for the S3s and S4s. Moving now to some more medal presentations. 4 medal presentations. Men's 100 breaststroke SB6 again. We saw another impressive swim here. Really turning on the performances tonight.
Yeah, and even though Nelson Crispin led from start to finish and the gold medal was never in doubt, there really was a tussle behind him, especially down that first 50 metres for people to establish their position and aim for those podium places. And even coming into the end, it was, like you said, Paul, we've had so many exciting races tonight, and ultimately that's what it's all about. You can do all the training and you can post world records or fast times when the pressure isn't on and you're in a little pool on your own and a little mate, but when you come to these big major championships, it's about just getting in, racing as fast as you can, trusting the training that you've done and getting your hand on that wall first.
Yeah, Nelson Crispin certainly had the confidence in his own abilities. He was never really in doubt that he was going to win that one, and thought at one stage that he might just challenge the world record held by Evgeny Bodaiko from Ukraine, set last year in Rio. He was less than a second outside of that mark, was Nelson Crispin. So maybe he's got that in his sights.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of men's 100 meters backstroke
that yellow tracksuit of
Damas y
Colombia,
caballeros, la ceremonia de premiación
headed
de
by
los 100 metros pecho
Norwegian.
SB6 varonil.
and of course accompanied by
The medals will be presented by
Juan
Francisco
Jose
Garcia,
Gutierrez.
Human Research Director of Allianz México.
What a moment
Las medallas
for
serán presentadas por Francisco García,
Juan Jose
el director de
Gutierrez
recursos
in his
humanos
own
de
World
Allianz
Championships.
México.
You could never have imagined he'd be on
The bronze
the
medal
podium.
representing Mexico, Juan José Gutiérrez Bermúdez.
The bronze medalist Juan Jose Gutierrez from
Medalla de
Mexico.
bronce para México.
16-year-old. One of the Gutierrez brothers, known as Batman and Robin. The dynamic duo. Andres Skar Bjornstad, the silver medalist. He always comes through strongly in the end. 400 freestyle, one of his really strong events, so we knew he'd have strength at the end of that 100 breaststroke, and that's the way it proved. There was no way he would have the strength to match the man on the gold medal podium. Nelson Crispin, third time that he's been on the World Championship podium for this 100 breaststroke event. 4 years ago it was bronze, 2 years ago it was silver. It's now gold for Nelson Crispin. It's a championship record, it's an America's record. He is
Damas y caballeros, escuchemos respetuosamente el himno nacional de Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Paralympic medalists. Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del Campeonato Mundial de Paranatación 2017. Un fuerte aplauso.
Our three happy medalists. Giscard Bjornstadt's had a great day. Great couple of days. Number of medals for him. Won't be the last time we'll see Nelson Crispin this week. And I bet it won't be the last time we'll see the Gutierrez brothers either. You said you and your sister were also known as Batman and Robin.
Yeah, but I think that was because she was actually called Robin. So whenever anybody made up a song about Batman and Robin, she'd substitute the words with my name, and I'd be like, no. So then we
Ladies and
used to shout
gentlemen,
Batman.
the medal ceremony
That makes sense.
of
Her
women's
fault.
100 meters backstroke is 11.
Always blame the sister.
Damas y
Younger
caballeros,
sister.
la
Exactly.
ceremonia de premiación de los 100 metros dorso S11 femenil.
Medalists are out for the women's 100 backstroke, S11.
Bronze medal, representing Mexico. Matilde Estefanía.
Another
Casa
Mexican
Figueroa.
medalist, the crowd loving this. The Mexican medalist,
Medalla de bronce para
she's
México.
having a great championships. This lady, Tilda Alcazar, gold medal yesterday, bronze medal today. Really having a good championships.
Silver medal, representing the United States of America.
Another medal too
Gwen Hermes.
for McLean Hermes.
Medalla de plata para los Estados Unidos de América.
USA beginning to rack up the medals today. McLean Hermes, 16-year-old. Another of these USA swimmers with a big
Gold
future.
medal and 2017 World Paralympic champions representing People's
Gold medalist, and
Republic
it's
of
a
China.
real
Xia Liwen.
display of quality.
Medalla de
backstroke
oro para
swimming
la República Popular
for
de China.
Harriet
Un fuerte
Liwen.
aplauso.
She takes the gold medal for China. Really, that race, hugging that lane rope all the way up. Real quality backstroking from Kylie Wen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That gold,
the national anthem of People's
continuing
Republic of China. Damas y
good run of
caballeros,
form
escuchemos
here at these
respetuosamente el himno
championships for
nacional
China.
de la República Popular China. México 2017 World Paralympic Medalists. Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del Campeonato Mundial 2017 de Paranatación. Un fuerte aplauso.
There are your medalists. I think we're going to get into the middle for the medal shot here.
We've seen a few athletes miss a few of the visually impaired athletes miss their podium photo, but they're the Mexican assistant choreographing the perfect photo.
It's a nice one. The album. You'll have a few of them, Liz, in your breaststroke days, World Championships, Olympic Games.
Yeah, but I generally only got one visit to the podium per competition because I really only swam one event.
So you need. Multiple medalists. These ladies, multiple medalists coming along for the men's 100 freestyle S10. So the same 3 medalists on the podium last night in the 50. Back again for the 100 freestyle, but in a slightly different order. David Levesque from Spain, back again on the medal podium. Rolling back the years, David Levesque.
Yeah, he's doing really well. We went to the same World Championships when we started our careers, I think, and now he's still going strongly. And well, I'm definitely.
David Levesque started back in 2002. Phillippi Rodriguez, gold medalist last night, his silver medal tonight for the 100 freestyle. Off to a good start, led most of the way up the first length, but Andre Brazil just overtook him as they went into the turn. Never really gave it up. What can you say about this man? Andre Brazil back again on top of the medal podium. He has an incredible record at the World Championships in this event. It's his 5th straight world title in the 100 freestyle S10. Absolutely incredible for Andre Brazil. At the time he won his first title in 52.61, he won it tonight 52.60. That is consistency.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Paralympic medalists. Damas y caballeros, medallistas.
Brazil 1 and 2, Spain in the bronze medal position. Andre Brazil
Un fuerte aplauso.
top again.
As we said, great to see David Levesque being rewarded back on the podium after all this time. He's trained so hard, he's worked so hard, and he's really been a competitor in this S10 classification. He's always been a presence in these finals. Well, Andre Brazil, what can you say? We always say he's so talented. It's difficult to decide which is his best event, but a 5-time world champion. straight 5-time world champion as well. You've got to put in a good argument for it to be that 100 meters freestyle.
Absolutely. Andre Brazil, one of the great stars over the last
Ladies and gentlemen, the
decade
medal
or
ceremony
so.
of women's 100 meters freestyle S10. Damas y caballeros, la ceremonia de premiación de 100 metros libres S10 femenil.
Now the medalists for the women's S10. Looks like we are missing one of the medalists, Chen from
Bronze
China.
medal, representing
Should be in the
Hungary,
silver medal position.
Bianca Pap.
There's Bianca Pap. Hungarian, 17-year-old medalist yesterday, gold medalist yesterday in the 100 backstroke. Bronze medalist this time. She swam well.
Silver medal,
Oh,
representing
4.30.
People's Republic of
This is
China,
the best for her.
Chen Yi.
Claim that bronze
Unfortunately,
medal
she
position.
can't receive it.
Chen Yi
Gold
from
medal
China
on the
in
new
the silver
champ-
medal position, but the
on
gold
new
medalist,
champions of
but what a finish that
2017
was
Championship,
for Alessia Scorticini.
representing Italy,
from Italy.
Alessia Scorticini.
She is loving it here in Mexico City. Scorticini is the gold medalist. 2/100ths of a second just separating
Italia.
the Chinese swimmer from the Italian winner.
She earned that gold medal. She swam her own race. Chen took it out, went fast the 50 meters. But she did get phased,
Ladies and
didn't
gentlemen,
worry, and
the
really
national
won it on that
anthem of
fine
Italy.
stroke. Time to
Damas y
perfection.
caballeros, escuchemos respetuosamente el himno nacional
Italians.
de Italia.
Federico Morlacchi conducting the choir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Paralympic medalist. Damas y caballeros, los
Italians
medallistas del
love
Campeonato
Italian national
Mundial
anthem. We
de
love the
Paralympic
Italian national anthem,
2017
don't we?
Ciudad de México.
Yes,
Un fuerte
we do.
aplauso.
Now we're starting to learn exactly where that yay bit comes in at the end.
We might have to get used to it. The Italians got a number of big stars to come in this week. Scorticini, the latest of the gold medalists for them. Back to the swimming. For the next event, it's the men's 50 butterfly S5. And no Daniel Diaz taking the start for this one. Daniel Diaz kind of picking and choosing his events this week.
It would seem so, and when you're as good as Daniel Diaz is, that is a luxury that you can be afforded. I think it's always harder for these athletes following on from the Paralympic Games, especially for him. He had such a successful home games that the demands on his time was so much so after the games that he probably missed out on a lot of
Ladies and
training and got
gentlemen,
back in very late. You
introducing
might
the
feel that he's
athlete
not
for
prepared
the
for a
men's
full
50
program.
meters butterfly
Well,
S5.
Daniel Diaz very much the
Señoras y señores, presentamos a los
Gustavo, the
atletas que
star
competirán en la
of
prueba
his
50
home
metros
games in Rio
mariposa
last year.
S5 varonil.
still on great form. We saw him
Lane
yesterday
1,
take gold medal in the 100 free.
representing Estonia, Mats
Chance for some of these swimmers to step up and get onto the medal podium though. Mats
Lane
Topkin
2,
from
representing
Estonia.
International People's
First one out,
Paralympic Athletes,
19-year-old Estonian.
Mohamed Karimi.
Already picked up a couple of medals, is
In
still
lane
here on
3,
day 1.
representing Egypt, Hani Abdelan Salam.
Next to him
Lane
in
4,
lane number 2.
representing Turkey,
Well, it's one of the
Beytullah
independent
Eroglu.
Paralympic
In
competitors.
lane 6, representing Greece,
Mohamed
Zapataki
Karimi.
Antonius.
He was born in Afghanistan. Refugee, now lives in the USA. That's why he's under the Independent Paralympic participants. Hani Abdel Salam from Egypt goes in lane 3. The favourite will be Beytullah Eroglu from Turkey. Turkey's only World Championship medalist in para swimming. He did that in 2015 in Glasgow. There's Antonio Tsapasakis from Greece, bronze medalist yesterday in the breaststroke. He will go from a sit start. It's the men's 50 butterfly S5 final.
There we see in lane 4 Eroglu, Turkey coming up using 14 meters of that underwater that he's allowed obviously to go to the 15-meter mark, using it to his advantage. There we see the independent Paralympic representative, Karimi, going strong, breathe into the side, staying as flat as possible.
Well, it looks like Eroglu coming into the final stages now is going to take this one. It's going to be Turkey's first ever World Para Swimming gold medal. It is Eroglu will take that one in a time of 38.35, and it looks like it is silver to Karimi, the independent participant there, in 42.35. What a swim from him. And Zapatakis will take the bronze medal for Greece with a very fast finish from the Greek swimmer. But no doubt about the winner. It's gold to Turkey and gold to Eroglu.
Great swimming there. We've said it so many times. You can come in as the favourite, and especially when someone like Daniel Diaz isn't present, you feel the pressure even more because you see this as your opportunity. But there, Eroglu didn't disappoint, and he took the opportunity. He won the gold medal. But what a swim from this man here, Karimi, making the most of this opportunity. Lane 2, getting a medal from lane, getting a silver medal from out in lane 2. And here we see him employing a technique, breathing to the side, minimising the resistance, trying to conserve as much energy as possible so that he can post a really fast timer. Didn't it pay off?
Well, the Afghanistan refugee takes the silver medal, now based in Portland in the USA. Gold medalist, well, it's never in doubt really. Eroglu taking that one. And, well, Zapatakis was listed in 3rd position, but Abdel Salam looked like he did touch it 3rd there. We'll wait for the official results.
For the women's 15 meters butterfly.
Results as they stand.
Señoras y señores,
Eroglu takes the gold medal for Turkey. Turkey's first gold medal of the World Para Swimming Championships. Karimi, the independent participant, in 2nd. And it's Abdel Salam from Egypt in 3rd position.
Sumaye Bayasi. In lane 2, representing Turkey.
Well, the women's butterfly 50 meters S5 competitors out now. There is Boyachi from Turkey in lane number 1, next to her teammate Sevili Öztürk
In lane 5,
in lane number 2.
Norway.
Two Turkish 14-year-olds in the outside lanes there, 1 and 2, making this world final.
Representing Italy.
Natalia Chavel from Belarus, medalist yesterday. Su Jian, Paralympic gold medal from China. She goes in lane number 4. What can she do against the reigning world champion? That is Sarah Louise Rung from Norway. Giulia Gueretti, gold medalist yesterday in the 100 breaststroke. She goes in lane number 6. Joana Maria Silva from Brazil will be the next swimmer. She goes in lane number 7. The world record holder in the S4 class, swimming up in this S5 event. is Leanne Smith from the USA. We'll keep an eye on the time for Leanne Smith, see if she can get close to her own world record. The final of the women's 50 meters butterfly S5.
There we see again the S4. This classification is a perfect example of how different impairments play out. And we see the outside lanes, lane 1 and 2, getting the best starts using that underwater kick. But in these center lanes, this is where we expect the gold medal to be decided from. And the Chinese swimmer, Zhu Xian, going strongly with that higher stroke rate. But Sarah Louise Rung of Norway in lane 5 will build through this one, and it will all come down to that final touch.
Well, the single arm stroke of Zhu from China looks like she is going to get the advantage over Sarah Louise Rung again. It's coming into the final stages. It is going to be Zhu will take it. She is champion in 42.79. It's silver to Sarah Louise Rung, and it's bronze in a very close contest to Giulia Gueretti from Italy. She just sneaks on the medal podium again, but the contest for gold and silver was won by Zhu from China.
We've seen some phenomenal techniques from the butterfly and freestyle from the Chinese athletes who swim with one arm, and there we saw it again. Zhu started in the water, getting up straight into a stroke, and a really fast turnover from that single arm, whereas Sarah Louise Rung, in contrast, in the lane next to her in the shot with her there, a longer, stronger stroke, but just ran out of swimming pool towards the end.
Eye for the wall there from Zhu. Was good enough, 42.79 to take that gold medal. Zhu from China is the champion here in Mexico City, 42.79. It's silver this time for Norway's Sarah Louise Rung, and Giulia Gueretti gets the bronze medal by 0.3 of a second ahead of Chevelle. Good starts there from the Mexican swimmers. The two 14-year-olds, very good, weren't they? Those outside lane.
And we've seen it so often. We've said you need one good swim. You just need that momentum from your team. And the Mexicans have definitely got that tonight. There's no better experience than swimming in a home World Championships at the age of 14.
Well, the spectators waiting for the next action. It's going to be some medal presentations again. A batch of races that we saw a little bit earlier. The men's 50 backstroke S4 and the men's and women's 50 backstrokes S3. Good to see some nations that we haven't normally seen at the major championship. The Costa Rican swimmers there. Brazilians having a good time, as they always seem to do.
Oh, party country, carnival. They like, and they're living this Mexican music, no doubt. And they're swimming well too.
They are indeed. How's the Johnson medal table looking?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to. It's all a bit screwy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My lines are all over the place.
of women's 15 meters backstroke S4.
We'll do these medal
Damas
presentations.
y caballeros,
Get your
la ceremonia de
stats
premiación de
into gear.
50 metros dorso S4
Right.
femenino.
Good. Medal presentation now for the women's 50 meters backstroke.
The medals will be presented by Jane D. Blaine, chairperson of the World Para Swimming. Las medallas son presentadas por Jane D. Blaine,
We've seen some
directivo del Paranatación Mundial.
superb racing tonight, and this was one of the very best here.
Bronze medal, representing
Bronze medalist.
People's Republic of China,
From China, Deng
Yue.
Yue. That time of 52.76.
Medalla de bronce para la República Popular de China.
Chinese swimmer. Back on the medal podium again, as she was previously.
Silver medal, representing Italy,
Olympic Games last year in Rio. The silver medalist, well,
Medalla de plata para Italia.
great swim from Marco Boggioni. A European record time inside her own world record time, 46.86 for the Italian. She could do no more.
Gold medal at 2017 World Paralympic Champions, representing
Looks satisfied
People's
with that
Republic
swim,
of
looks
China,
satisfied with her first
Jen
world
Zhao.
championship medal. But the winner,
Medalla de oro.
great
Campeona
competitor,
representada por
Chen
la
Zhao
República Popular de China
from China, the Paralympic
en el
champion.
Paracampeonato Mundial de Natación.
Is now the world champion in a world record time of 46.51. Gold again to China.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Another
National
world record
Anthem
falls
of
here.
People's Republic of
Mexico City.
China. Damas y caballeros, escuchemos respetuosamente el himno nacional de la República Popular China. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Paralympic medalist.
I think you've probably heard that Chinese national anthem more than any other tonight, Liz.
That my medal table can tell you, and at this point that is correct.
Hey.
Don't ask me any more questions.
Chinese coach getting a picture of his swimmers on the medal podium there. Boggioni, the Italian, will be back. Always knew that was going to be a great head-to-head between the two gold and silver medalists, and it didn't disappoint.
No, and for both athletes, that'll serve as great motivation going back into training for the new year, for the year ahead. One chasing, one knowing they need to do all they can to stay ahead. It's the best form of motivation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of
Men's 50 backstroke, S3.
Damas y
The
caballeros,
next one,
la ceremonia de premiación
oh,
de los
man.
50 metros dorso S3
Well, we've had
varonil.
some shock results here at these championships. Some unexpected ones. There's another one,
Bronze
isn't there?
medal,
Yeah, and it was so excited. It had me so
People's Republic of
confused.
China, Juan Wenpan.
Great swim.
Medalla de bronce para la
Was from
República
the
Popular de
champion,
China.
local man from Mexico. The bronze medalist is Juan Wenpan from China.
Silver
medalist
medal,
last year.
representing Italy, Vincenzo Boni.
Puff of the cheeks for the Chinese swimmer Vincenzo Boni.
Medalla de plata para Italia.
Well, silver medal this time for Vincenzo Boni. He was behind Huang in Rio last year. We thought the contest may be between the two of them. But that is not the way it turned out, because
Gold medal at
man
2017 World
in the
Paralympic
middle
Champions, representing Mexico.
surprised us all,
Diaz.
delighted the home nation.
Medalla de oro.
Diego
El campeón
Lopez
mundial
Diaz
de
is the world champion from
2017
Mexico.
campeonato. Mexico.
Fifth place last year in the Paralympic Games. He's a gold medalist tonight. Diego Lopez Diaz, and what a race he swam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national
Diego
anthem of
Lopez Diaz.
Mexico. Damas y caballeros,
And the home
escuchemos
crowd
respetuosamente
here
el himno nacional
in Mexico
mexicano.
City will enjoy this moment, the Mexican national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Paralympic medalists.
Great
Damas y
crowd
caballeros,
support
los medallistas del
for
México
Diego
2017
Lopez
de
Diaz.
Paralympiación. Un fuerte
He
aplauso.
really stepped up, didn't he, Liz?
Yeah, and he really rose to the challenge. He said 5th in Rio, Paul, but here today he wanted to please that home crowd, and he did in a championship record.
I think this crowd, that's 2 gold medals in 2 days for the host nation. It'd be great if we could hear the Mexican national anthem every day of these championships, wouldn't they? They've got a number of chances coming up, and they're performing well.
Yeah, and it's always brilliant for a host nation. It always just adds to that excitement, that interest from the crowd. If they can perform and they can get these medals, and these tonight especially, these Mexicans have definitely all risen to the challenge, and we've seen a number of phenomenal medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of
Women's 50 backstroke medalists
S3. Damas y
are
caballeros,
on their
la
way
ceremonia de premiación de 50 metros
to the
dorso
podium now,
S3 femenil.
led by Edenia Garcia of Brazil. Another gold medal for China.
Bronze medal representing Greece, Alexandra
Another medal for
Stamatopoulou.
Greece. This time, Alexandra Stamatopoulou. She took that race out very hard in the early stages. Stamatopoulou, the early leader. Really went for it. She is
Silver medal
a bronze medalist,
representing
following up the
Brazil.
bronze that she won the European Championships last year. Edenia Garcia, her
Medalla de plata para Brasil.
6th World Championships again. She's on the medal podium. Feeling the emotion, Edenia Garcia.
It's been a long road back from her. She had shoulder reconstruction before the Rio Paralympic Games, went to her home games, maybe didn't get the result that she wanted.
Gold
And this
medal
really
at
signifies
2017
the
World
complete
Paralympic
circle of that
Champions.
journey, and she's come back and
Representing
she deserves that
People
because her and her
Republic of
team
China.
have worked hard to get her back to
Big
this position.
She came through
Medalla
strongly
de
for the
oro.
silver medal. She couldn't do anything about the gold medal though. That went to Peng Yiping from
La
China.
República Popular de China.
She is the world record holder. She's a Paralympic champion. She's now the world champion.
Ladies and
Didn't she
gentlemen,
deserve it?
the national anthem of People's Republic
Domination
of China.
there from lane
Damas
4.
y caballeros,
As you would
escuchemos
expect from Peng of
respetuosamente
China,
el himno nacional
as you
de la
said,
República
totally
Popular de
deserving
China.
of that gold medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Paralympic medalists. Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del Campeonato Mundial de
Smiling
Paralatación México
Yiping
2017.
from China.
Un fuerte aplauso.
Deserved gold medalist there in the women's 50 backstroke S3. It's the last of that batch of medal ceremonies. Back to the racing now for final 3 races of the evening. It's been a quick night, Liz.
I think that's down to the fact that we've had such exciting racing.
It's been great standard tonight. Some very good times indeed being posted by the athletes. Just warming up, getting themselves into this championships. It's It's been a good night for China, definitely.
Yes, we've heard a lot of the Chinese national anthem, and they haven't brought the team size that we're used to them bringing, but they are definitely performing.
Certainly some of the top performers from Rio last year, right here in Mexico. There's some missing, but they've still got a very, very strong squad, as you can see from tonight's results. Officials back out again for the next event, the men's 100 freestyle S8. And spoken about Chinese swimmers here. We've got another couple of Chinese swimmers going to appear in this one. And another one from the whole nation as well. So Mexico may have another chance for medal. We shall see in this next event, the men's 100 freestyle S8.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the athletes for the men's 100 meters freestyle S8.
Again, in the S8, you see a range of different disabilities, don't you?
Yeah, that's the great thing about the classification system is you'll have different athletes. They appear differently on land. It's sometimes difficult to fathom how they race each other in the water, but you see over different events, over different strokes, their strengths play out, and everybody is evenly balanced over the entire Paralympic program.
So Miguel Golas from Poland leading them out. The young French swimmer, Miguel Corny, 17-year-old, another one of these French youngsters. He goes in lane 2. Luis Andrade from Mexico in 3. Yang Gaolong goes in 4 for China. Zhu Haichou for China in 5. Gabriel Silva de Sousa from Brazil in 6. And from Spain in 7, Aralar Perez. Two Chinese swimmers in 4 and 5 in this men's 100 freestyle S8. Great home support here for Luis Andrade Guillen, going in line number 3. The Mexican chant there. So we do for all the Mexican swimmers. Men's 100 freestyle S8 final.
All 4 athletes in the centre lanes there, from lane 3 through to lane 6 with single arm amputations, so very evenly matched in terms of functionality. And as we can see here down this first 25 metres, they're very evenly matched in time also.
Yeah, it's very close between 4 swimmers at the turn. Looks like the touch, well, it's very close to tell actually. It is Zhu from China over first in lane number 5. Andrade in second, right in contention there. But what a very good turn there from lane 5 from Zhu to take him away from the other swimmers.
We talked about Zhu's technique in the 400-metre freestyle, and actually he's changed his freestyle technique for this 2 sprint. There's less undulation, there's higher stroke rate, there's a bigger kick, and as he comes into this final 5 metres, he's in the lead.
And there's Zhu, he's going to take gold for China. He does, just adjusting his stroke at the end, but he gets it in 58.45. An excellent swim there from Zhu. It's gold and silver to China. Yang takes the silver, and it's bronze to the host nation. Andrade takes it in a time of 100.97, but Zhu takes it in 58.45.
There we saw a lot of emotion from Zhu. He won the 400 metres freestyle, but he took that in his stride. Here, that victory means a lot to him, and often we see that with domestic rivalries. that when you come and you finally get the better of your compatriot, it means that little bit more.
Didn't get off to the best of starts at all, did he, too? But when he came into the turn there, he had a very, very slender lead. But coming out of the turn, he was like a bullet, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that high stroke rate, that huge leg kick, and it's almost as if on that start, he takes time to place himself and push the pressure through his legs because he knows that they are his advantage. Because he always comes up in the lead, even though he's the last of the block.
Tu Haizhou from China takes the gold ahead of his countrymate Yang, with Luis Andrade Guillen taking the bronze medal for the host nation. Young Frenchman, only in 4th position there, just missing out on the medals. We've been impressed by the French youngsters first couple of days.
And it's great to see them using this competition as an opportunity. First year of the Paralympic cycle, bring their youngsters here, expose them to international competition at the highest level, and prepare them for potentially being completely ready by Tokyo 2020.
It's a great opportunity for these swimmers to experience big competitions. Women's S8 100 freestyle finalists. Again, big Hope Nation presence here in this final. And Makucha from Kenya goes in lane number 1. Next to her, Czech Republic's Bandura Duskova, bronze medalist in the breaststroke yesterday. Paula Rubalcaba from Mexico, making her debut at major championships, a 19-year-old. Next to, well, the experience, no one more experienced than Jessica Long from the USA, her 6th World Championships here in Mexico. The Brazilian, Cecilia Geronimo de Araujo. Lane number 5, Julia Gaffney, a medalist in the breaststroke. From the USA, the 2nd USA swimmer there. And from Chile in lane number 7, Valentina Munoz. 16-year-old in the outside lane. Jessica Long from the USA, trying to add another world title to her impressive CV. Final of the women's 100 freestyle S8.
The best start there coming from the Brazilian in lane 5, Geronimo. She knows she's really got an opportunity here to try and make this World Championship podium. Jessica Long, not always off to the best start compared to her competitors because she is a double leg below the amputee. But here we see that trademark high elbow, long stroke, scoop at the front. Freestyle that we've been known to come to love. She's just a pleasure to watch. And there we see a great turn, places those legs on the wall straight up and into her stroke, into the lead.
Well, she's been made to work a bit here, Jessica Long, because Geronimo de Araujo is right there alongside her. But the power of Jessica Long just beginning to show here. Rubalcaba Nunes from Mexico lying in a close contest for 3rd. But here comes Jessica Long on her way now to another World Championship gold medal. She hasn't had it all her own way, but she stretched away at the end. And it's gold to Jessica Long in 106.83. It's silver to Geronimo de Araujo. And the bronze, it's very close, but it goes to Julia Gaffney of the USA, just by 0.1 of a second ahead of the Mexican Rubalcaba Nunes. Very close for the host nation. But Jessica Long takes another World Championship gold.
Great swimming there from Jessica. She always knows that she's probably going to be playing catch-up off of that start. That's sometimes what you need to chase you down, especially in this year after the Paralympic Games. The hardest thing for someone who's as good as Jessica Long is actually taking in your successes, processing them, resetting, and working out how you're going to go for another 4 years. So it's great that she can come here, a bit less pressure on here, enjoy the racing. And she always says that whenever she finds it tough, she tries to remind herself of why she started swimming in the first place.
Well, she certainly was given a contest in that one, the Brazilian Geronimo de Araujo. Jessica Long takes another World Championship gold in 106.83. It's silver to Brazil, Geronimo de Araujo. And Julia Gaffney from the USA wins that bronze medal by 0.12 of a second ahead of the home swimmer from Mexico. That was a close one, wasn't it? Jessica Long, well, she was made to work a little bit there.
Yeah, but I think she might actually be grateful for that, because it's really hard in this first year, as I keep saying, after that Paralympic cycle, when you are a seasoned campaigner, to find your groove and get back up as quickly as you need to. And when you've got someone to chase down that first 50 metres, when you know you've got such a strong second 50 metres, it just drags you to those good times. And 106.83 is a very, very respectable time for Jessica Long.
In lane 2, representing
Next event here is, we're up in the distance now, it's the men's 400 freestyle for the S13 class. Salguero Altisa goes in lane 3. We saw Kirill Yukovic from Kazakhstan in 2. Ihar Boki, the great Ihar Boki, the world record holder in the S13 class. He goes in lane number 4. Tomas Roca Matera from Brazil in lane number 5. Medalist yesterday in the 100 backstroke. Mar Gunnarsson from Iceland, the 18-year-old. He will start in lane number 6. And Kaimar Kalma from Estonia is in lane number 7. Ihar Boki searching for another World Championship gold medal in this men's 400 freestyle S13. Men's 400 freestyle S13 underway, and can anyone challenge the world record holder, the supreme swimmer that is Ihar Boki from Belarus? Straight away, he's into an early lead with Tomas Roca Matera in that yellow cap of Brazil in second place, and the Spanish swimmer Ivan Salguero Ortiza, 19-year-old, in lane number 3 in third. But Ihar Boki looking good, very good in these early stages.
I think the impressive thing about Ihar Boki is the fact that he's got such a range in his repertoire. We know he's a powerful sprinter, but here we see this long, high elbow stroke. He's slower stroke, but the power that he's getting from it is propelling him. It looks so easy as he swims down this first 100 meters, but the split is going to show that he's actually moving at a very decent speed as he turns in 59.42.
It's not a bad sub-60 first 100 meters there for Ihar Boki, and that turn has taken him a little bit more clear of the swimmer in second position. That was Tomas Roca Matera from Brazil. As I said, a medalist yesterday, the Brazilian. But he'll be looking for a minor medal this evening, I would guess, because Ihar Boki looks absolutely unbeatable at this stage.
Yeah, and I think the balance for the Brazilian swimmer is going to come from chasing Ihar Boki enough to take him to a really good time, but not chasing him too hard, too early, so that he pays for the price for it in the second half of the race.
Ihar Boki is a world record holder. That world record's quite a long-standing one, actually, for Ihar Boki standard. It's stood since 2013, the World Championships in Montreal. Ihar Boki made his World Championship debut in Eindhoven in 2010. He won 4 golds there. He won 5 golds in Montreal in 13, 6 golds in Glasgow in 2015. So an impressive record for the Belarusian swimmer. He's gone over that halfway point in 2:01.47, so not quite on world record pace at the moment. But we have seen him negative split 400 meters in the past.
Yeah, and he definitely then turned it up a notch or two with his leg kick. He's using his leg kick to drive the pacing of this 400 meters freestyle. He's still got a few gears that he could go to. He could still go to the legs. He could still up his stroke rate on with his arms if he wished to. But we saw them turn it on a little bit, so it might be that he set himself the challenge of trying to get as close to that negative split as possible.
Well, 2:01 at the halfway point. If he doubles that up, it's 4:02. So we'll see if he does manage to do that negative split. Not an easy thing to do in any event. Never mind the 400 freestyle. He's gone over in the 300 mark in 3:03.63, but the lead is just extending all the time. In second position, does look like now Matera has been overtaken by the Spanish swimmer Ivan Salguero Ortiza, with Roca Matera in third place now. Pretty clear in third place because the fourth place swimmer is a little bit back. Looks like that is Julovic from Kazakhstan in fourth position. But Ihar Boki is over the 3:50 mark. He's coming down now for his final length. It has been another supreme performance from Ihar Boki. He really sets the standard really high in this S13 classification. He makes it look so simple, so easy. Ihar Boki, the time slipping just over the 4-minute mark in 4:03.74. Another phenomenal swim from Belarus's Ihar Boki.
Yeah, he dominated. That was a procession, but again, Paul, he did almost negative split it. It was fairly even split if you take off the dive that he had at the beginning of that first 200. He'll be pleased with that. Again, he probably, as with most visually impaired swimmers, he probably won't realise the time that he's gone until he gets back to his coaches.
Well, Ihar Boki followed home by Ivan Salguero Ortiza for the silver medal. The bronze medalist is going to be Tomas Rocco Matera. He will take that now for Brazil, but they were all in the wake of the great man. Ihar Boki, he just makes it look so easy, and it's a shame sometimes that he's just so much better than everyone else, isn't he, in this event?
Yeah, there is the winner, Ihar Boki, and I do think it's because he's got it all. He's got a great technique, but he's got the height, he's got the strength, he's got the long levers, and he really is the full package. A really, really world-class swimmer.
That wasn't easy for Ihar Boki. Still showing signs of fatigue there, the man from Belarus. He's working hard with that one, and he won it by an absolute stroke in the end. Ihar Boki, long, rangy stroke there, really effective, and that's the early stages of the race. But at the end, there was absolutely no one inside there. Ihar Boki takes the gold medal, the second gold medal of these championships. Ihar Boki is the world champion in the men's 400 freestyle S13, 4:03.74 for the Belarusian. It's silver to Spain and bronze to Brazil. Well, a great way to finish there. Ihar Boki, he's just a pleasure to watch, isn't he?
He is, yeah, and it wasn't the dramatic excitement that we've had earlier on in the program, but as you said, Paul, the way that he swims, he's just such a talent, and it's really a joy to watch. Textbook freestyle. Actually, we could all learn a thing or two from, especially you and I.
Oh goodness, if I could do that. It's something that everyone can learn from. Just look at the power and the technique that Ihar Boki has. It's something that to try to emulate. It's not easy to do though. Just wonder how many gold medals he's going to try and rack up here at these championships. Can anybody in the S13 classification challenge him? It's going to be a tough, tough ask for anybody to try and do that.
Ladies and
He
gentlemen,
has been beaten before. He
the
hasn't
ceremony
had it all his own way in the major events
15
before,
meters butterfly is
but he still managed to rock
Damas y
up a
caballeros,
number
la ceremonia
of
de
gold
premiación
medals.
de los
15
50
gold medals so
metros
far in his
marcados
3
a
world
5
championships, so
para
2 already at these championships. And what about this for a podium as well?
The medals will be presented by Jane D. Blaine, chairperson of World Para Swimming.
It's the men's
Las
50
medallas
meters
serán presentadas
butterfly for the
Jane
S5
D.
classification.
Blaine, directivo del Paranatación Mundial.
The bronze medalist
Bronze medal representing
from Egypt,
Hani Abdel
having a good championships. The second medal here for Egypt here
Medalla de bronce
in Mexico
para
City
Egipto.
goes to Hani Abdel Salam. A time of 42.59 for the Egyptian. He was a finalist at the last World Championships in Glasgow in 2015.
Silver
Medalist
medal
this time.
representing
Mexico City, the bronze medal.
para athletes. Mohamed Abbas Karimi.
And a huge
Medalla
smile
de
on the
plata
face
para la IPA.
of Karimi, Mohamed Ali Karimi, an independent participant here at the World Championships. Born in Afghanistan, he was a refugee now living in the USA in Portland.
Gold medal.
What a swim from that
2017
young
World
man
Para Swimming champion,
to take the
representing
silver medal.
Turkey.
But what a swim from the gold medalist as well, Betule Eroglu.
Medalla de oro y campeón
He
del
topped the
Mundial
world
de
rankings this
Paranatación
year
Ciudad de
coming
México
in
2017.
to these championships. He is now the world champion. He was Turkey's first medalist at a World Para Swimming Championships last time in Glasgow. He's now Turkey's
and
first
gentlemen,
gold medalist
the national
at
anthem
World
of
Swimming
Turkey.
Championships as well.
Damas y caballeros, escuchemos
Betule
respetuosamente
Eroglu.
el himno nacional de Turquía.
From Turkey is the gold medalist.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Swimming
First time
medalist.
we've heard the Turkish national anthem. Another country to add to the list of gold medalists here at these championships. And independent participants getting on the medal podium. Excellent stuff there from Karimi.
Yeah, brilliant evening for him, and I hope that he laps up this moment, because the moment on the podium doesn't actually last that long, considering how hard you work and how many hours go into getting you there. So all three men on this podium looking mightily pleased with themselves, and rightly so.
Yeah, all smiles from the medalists as they leave the podium. Women's 50 meters butterfly coming up now. It's another one thought was going to be one of the close contests of the evening. That's the way it worked out. Not much separating the top two swimmers, not much
Ladies and
separating the
gentlemen,
bronze
medal
medalist
ceremony
and the fourth
of
position.
women's 50 meters butterfly is La ceremonia de
Sarah Louise
premiación
Rung from
de
Norway
los 50 metros mariposa S5 femenil.
leads out the medalist. A silver medal this time for Sarah Louise Rung. The champion. Last 3 World Championships. Silver this time for the Norwegian.
Bronze medal representing Italy,
Giulia Giretti from Italy back on the medal podium again. She's making a habit of this.
Yeah, and she's deserved of it. A great swim yesterday to take the gold medal eventually in that 100 meters breaststroke. And always nice to settle the nerves on day one. And then, as we see, a return to the podium
Silver
today.
medal representing Norway, Sarah Louise Rung.
Sarah Louise Rung, well, she gave
Medalla de
everything
plata para Noruega.
to try to retain her world title. 43.77, faster than she went when she won the title back in 2015.
Gold medal and 2017 World Paralympic Champion.
Silver medal this time for Sarah Louise Rung.
Zhu Xiang.
Of course, the gold medal
Medalla
has
de
gone
oro.
to China. Zhu Qiang from China, 42.79.
República Popular de China.
Just about a second ahead of Sarah Louise Rung in the end. But it was very close all the way down that 50 between the two main contenders. It's a repeat of the result last year in the Rio Paralympic Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national
But a
anthem
faster
of
swim this
People's
evening
Republic
than
of China.
she went last year
Damas y
in
caballeros,
Rio.
escuchemos respetuosamente el
Zhu
himno nacional de la República Popular
Is the
China.
world champion for China.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Swimming medalists. Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del Campeonato Mundial de Natación Ciudad de México 2017. Un fuerte aplauso.
All smiles on that podium. Sarah Louise Rung used to being on the podium. Great swim, as you said. And even better to see that it was one at a time, quicker than last year at the Paralympic Games. Really shows that the momentum has continued from the Paralympic Games, and these athletes are progressing all of the time.
Sarah Louise Rung was a great champion, won another title yesterday. So we'll have a couple more events to come in the week. Norwegians had a couple of good first 2 days. Women's 100 Freestyle S8, Men's 100 Freestyle S8 in fact is next up. Got my papers in the right order.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of men's 100 meters freestyle
Again,
S8.
it's another
Damas y
Chinese gold medal.
caballeros,
What a night they've
la
had.
ceremonia de premiación de los 100 metros libres S8 varonil.
Really good swim from the champion there, the tall figure of Zhu Aicho. 58.45 final time.
Bronze medal representing
The whole
Mexico.
crowd,
Luis
big
Armando
Mexican flag there in the
Rodríguez.
stands.
Medalla de bronce
Oh.
para México.
Luis Andrade Guilén, bronze medalist. At time of 1 minute point 97. For the Mexican, he is really pleased
Silver medal
to be on that medal podium.
representing People's Republic of China. Young
Host
Juan
nation.
Gustavo.
Another good night.
Medalla de plata
Two
para
Chinese swimmers,
la
though.
República Popular China.
Just thought it might be tussle between the two of them. Yang Guilong just over the 1 minute mark, 1 minute point 56 for him. Silver medal.
Gold medal and
What do you do about the gold
2017 World
medalist, though?
Swimming Champions representing People Republic of China.
Really impressed in the last couple of days, Liz, the champion.
Yeah, what impressed me the most was the way that he was able to change up that technique so dramatically for the sprint freestyle over the distance freestyle that we saw him swim so well earlier in the week.
Two Hydro
Ladies and gentlemen,
is the champion in the men's 100 freestyle S8.
damas y caballeros,
Again tonight,
escuchemos
we'll hear the
respetuosamente el
Chinese
himno
national
nacional de la República Popular China. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World War Swimming medalist.
All day for China.
Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del
7
Campeonato
gold
Mundial de
medals we make that for Chinese team
2017.
tonight.
Un fuerte aplauso.
Mexico really pleased to be on the medal podium again. Liz Johnson frantically doing her sums now.
Yeah, but I feel like we might have to wait until I've tidied up my sheet and transferred it onto a new piece of paper with an update in the morning.
Okay, you can't do that on your birthday.
Exactly, my brain's shut down for the day.
Women's 100 freestyle S8, 2 more presentations for us tonight. Closed proceedings. Waiting for the medalists to come out. They just swam a short time ago. Not much chance for them to get organised at the back of house there. I can see the medals on the medal tray ready to go from where we are standing here in our commentary position. Can't see if the swimmers are ready yet though. They'll be there or thereabouts. We'll bring those medal presentations to come. 2 more to come, as I said. The women's 100 freestyle S8, and of course that final race, the men's 400 freestyle S13, and of course the presentation for the relay as well, which we swam in this morning's session. So 3 presentations actually to come later on or tonight. So everyone getting organised there, the Italians there, getting photographs taken. Some great performances from that Italian team. All the swimmers waiting for these final presentations. Number of countries still involved in them. The swimmers trying to make their way to the food hall there, which is just out the back from this pool. Trying to get some nutrition in for tomorrow, where we will be heading very shortly.
I think we've had a very nutritious day. No? Our crepe?
Yeah, it's been good. We're not quite as hungry as we were last night.
No, tactically we played it better today.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. We'll still head to the food hall after this though, see if there's anything left for us. Maybe there might be a surprise birthday cake in there for Johnson.
I doubt it.
Turkey will be pleased with their evening's work. Gold medal for them. Erol Glue taking that gold. Looks like a little bit of a hold up for the medal presentations. Swimmers get ready. I think we are ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of women's 100 meters freestyle S8. Damas y caballeros, la ceremonia de premiación de los 100 metros libres S8 femenil. The medals will be presented by Liliana Suárez, President of NPC Mexico. Las medallas serán presentadas por Liliana Suárez, Presidenta de la NPC México.
The 100 freestyle S8 medalists.
United States of America, Julia Gaffney.
2 Americans on the medal podium. Julia Gaffney, 17-year-old.
Estados Unidos de América.
Very similar disability to Jessica Long.
Yeah, and a great role model for her to try and learn technique from. 17 years old, she's got a bright future ahead of her. Jessica Long knows the strong arms, so she'll be looking to build on those.
Cecilia Geronimo de Araujo, Brazilian swimmer, delighted with her performance. She pushed Jessica Long for long periods of that race. The champion Jessica Long, she was just too strong in the end, winning yet another World Championship gold medal. She really is the queen of the pool in terms of World Championships. Such a long life in the sport now. She's just only young, but started as a very young swimmer, 12 years of age in 2004. And again, she's the world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Wrestling medalist.
American fans enjoying that one.
Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del Campeonato Mundial de Paralatación.
Yeah, and as we touched upon, Julia Gaffney's got so much to learn, and who better to learn it from than Jessica Long? She's such a strong, powerful athlete. Enjoys. I think sometimes she feels a bit awkward being on the top of the podium so often, but she's completely deserving of it. And one of the best power athletes that World Para Swimming's ever seen.
Absolutely. 2 Americans leave the podium, the Brazilian leads them. Office with a smiling Julia Gaffney. Presentation of the men's 400 freestyle S13.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of men's 400
Talked about one of the
meters
best
freestyle S13.
female Paralympic swimmers we've ever seen. This is one of the best male Paralympic swimmers we've ever seen. Ihar Boki from Belarus. Going to take another gold medal.
Bronze medal, representing Brazil, Tomás
Medalist.
Rocha Matera.
Bronze medalist from
Medalla de
Brazil,
bronce para Brasil.
Tomás Rocha Matera. Another medal for him to add to the one he won yesterday. Brazilian team.
Silver medal, representing Spain.
And another good day.
Iván
Another
Salguero
number of medals for them.
Medalla de plata para España.
Iván Salguero Otesa from Spain. Silver medal this time for the Spaniard. 430.13. Big off of the cheeks for him.
Gold medal and 2017 World Paralympic Champion
Silver
representing
was as
Belarus.
much as he could hope
Ihar
for
Boki.
against the champion Ihar Boki from Belarus.
Y campeón de Paranatación
Another
2017,
impressive
Ciudad de
performance.
México.
Just don't know
Bielorrusia.
not that many superlatives we can use to describe this man, Ihar Boki. Second gold medal
Ladies
here
and gentlemen, the national
in
anthem of
Mexico
Belarus.
for
Damas y
Ihar
caballeros,
Boki.
escuchemos
of
respetuosamente
Belarus.
el himno nacional de Bielorrusia. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico City 2017 World Paralympic medalist. Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del Campeonato Mundial de Paranatación México 2017. Un fuerte
Ihar
aplauso.
Boki, champion yet again for Belarus. If we look back on World Championship medal tables from the past, Belarus always up there. Kind of mid-table, but pretty much due largely to that man, Ihar Boki. Pushed his country right up the medal table.
Yeah, isn't it normally a fact that if Ihar Boki was a country all by himself, he'd normally feature relatively highly in the medal table?
We'll have to do that later on.
Oh yeah, we're only on day 2.
Yeah, let's see. Final medal presentation now, the women's 4x100 freestyle relay, 34 points. So Brazil winning the men's equivalent last night. The winners of this one, the team from the USA, and here they come. Most of the swimmers haven't swum this evening, they just had that relay this morning, but Jessica Longs has a busy night.
As this is her third gold medal of the day.
Representing United States of America. Hannah Aspen. Mackenzie Juan.
Stepping forward. Oh,
Natalie
they're not sure who's going to go first here. Thought they were going to do it in the order they swam, but they've gone for the the middle swimmer first.
Well, I think they went to go from right to left. Jess tried to point out that they swum from left to right, and then it all got a bit confusing. But as long as they all get their medals, all get their flowers, and all get to hear the anthem play, I don't think anybody will complain too much.
Jessica Long, Hadley Sims, Mackenzie Cone, finally Hannah Aston. Gold
Ladies and gentlemen,
in the women's
the
400
national anthem
freestyle
of the
relay,
United
34
States.
points
Damas y
for
caballeros,
Team
escuchemos
USA.
respetuosamente el himno nacional de los Estados Unidos de América. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexico 2017 World Paralympic medalists.
There is the
Damas y caballeros, los medallistas del
final
Campeonato
podium of
Mundial
the
de
evening.
Paralatación
Gold to the
México
USA. Obviously,
2017.
only one
Un
team
fuerte
on that
aplauso.
podium, and it is because of the rescheduling. And they were entered. It was an event that was due to go ahead, so they still get to swim. They still get to post a time. They still get to become world champions. And here we see the Jessica Long of old, 3 gold medals in a day, just as she did back in Durban in 2006.
Ladies and
Yes, he's
gentlemen,
had a good night, Jessica Long.
of
We've had a good night
all
here too, Liz.
competitions for today.
Yeah, it's been very exciting. Lots of fast swimming, lots of close races. Brilliant day 2.
The seal of play.
Well, that's the close of play for day 2 here in the Francisco Marquez Olympic swimming pool here in Mexico City. We've had some excellent performances tonight, 2 world records for us to enjoy. A great night for China. They rise to the top of the medal podium. And we also had a gold medal for the host nation. Please join us again tomorrow for day 3 of action from Mexico City. We will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. local time. So for now, it is good night. See you tomorrow.